r/NoSleep. Posted by u/fjeed. A strange USB stick was left at my desk. I should have ignored it. I never thought I'd find myself at the center of a conspiracy that would shake my understanding of reality, let alone the world's. But there I was, a NASA scientist, staring into the abyss of secrets so dark, they threatened to consume everything I believed in. It all began with an unmarked envelope left on my desk, containing a USB drive and a note that read, "The truth must be revealed, but trust no one." Initially, I thought it was a prank. After all, working at NASA, we were no strangers to the odd conspiracy theory. But curiosity got the better of me, and I plugged the drive into my computer. The files it contained were beyond anything I could have imagined. There were images of unexplained celestial objects, classified reports on missions that were never made public, and most disturbingly, a series of encrypted emails that hinted at a hidden agenda within NASA itself. One that suggested we were not just exploring space for the advancement of human knowledge. I spent nights trying to decode the emails, fueled by a mixture of fear and a need to know the truth. When I finally broke through the encryption, I wish I hadn't. The emails detailed a covert operation to establish communication with an extraterrestrial intelligence that had been monitoring Earth for centuries. But it wasn't the existence of alien life that chilled me to the bone, it was the nature of the communication. According to the emails, the intelligence didn't just observe, it influenced. Historical events, technological advances, even wars, were all nudged from the shadows by an unseen hand. And now, NASA, or at least a faction within it, was trying to harness this influence, to control it. I knew I had to act, but I was also acutely aware of the note's warning, "Trust no one." Paranoia became my constant companion. I started seeing shadows move in the corners of my eyes, and every email or phone call seemed like a potential threat. The line between friend and foe blurred until I trusted no one but myself. My attempts to leak the information were thwarted at every turn. Accounts were deleted as soon as I created them, emails bounced back, and once, my car brakes failed as I drove to a meeting with a journalist who had agreed to publish the story. It was clear I was being watched, and my unseen adversaries were closing in. The climax of my ordeal came unexpectedly. I was lured to a remote location under the pretense of meeting a whistleblower from inside the conspiracy. Instead, I found myself face to face with agents of the very conspiracy I sought to expose. They didn't want to kill me, they wanted something worse. They offered me a place within the conspiracy, a chance to be part of the select few who knew the truth and wielded the power. I refused. I managed to escape, but at what cost? I'm now a fugitive, constantly looking over my shoulder, jumping at shadows. The information I discovered is trapped with me, too dangerous to share, yet too important to ignore. As I write this, I know my time is limited. They are relentless, and eventually, they will find me. But if you're reading this, know that the world is not what it seems. There are forces at play, hidden in the darkness, manipulating the course of human history. And somewhere, buried in the files of a rogue NASA operation, lies the key to uncovering the truth. But remember, trust no one. For in the search for truth, the greatest danger is losing yourself to the shadows you seek to expose. Next story of this video. Posted by u/fjeed. I stumbled upon the dark web and I don't know if I can leave again. The most unsettling part wasn't the grotesque images that flashed before my eyes, nor was it the chilling realization that what I was witnessing was real. It was the moment I understood that I was no longer a mere observer, I had become the prey. It began innocently enough, or so I thought. A friend sent me a link, claiming it was to an exclusive online forum with rare content. Naively curious, I followed it, unaware that it would be the catalyst for my descent into a nightmarish reality. The link redirected me several times, each click taking me deeper into the bowels of the internet, until I landed on a page that was starkly different from anything I had seen before. It was the dark web. At first, it was morbid curiosity that kept me scrolling through the endless lists of services and goods that ranged from the illegal to the unthinkable. But then I stumbled upon a live stream. The horror of what was being broadcasted hit me like a physical blow. It was a torture stream, a live feed of a human being subjected to unspeakable acts of cruelty for the entertainment of others. My heart raced, and nausea twisted in my gut. I wanted to look away, to close the browser and pretend I hadn't seen what was on my screen. But a part of me, a part I didn't recognize, was frozen in place, horrified yet captivated. That's when I made the worst mistake of my life. I let my emotions take over. Driven by a mix of anger, disgust, and a foolish sense of justice, I messaged the administrators of the site, demanding they stop the stream, stop the madness. I didn't truly believe they would listen, But I had to do something, anything. The response was almost instantaneous, not in words, but in a shift in focus. The camera panned, and for a fleeting moment, a reflection caught in a mirror behind the scene revealed a chilling message written just for me: "You're next." Panic set in. I tried to disconnect, to erase my digital footprints, but it was too late. I had already been marked. Emails began to flood my inbox, each more menacing than the last, detailing how they would find me, how I would be made to pay for my interference. My computer became a gateway for threats. It seemed they had complete control over it. I went to the police, but without concrete evidence, their hands were tied. They advised me to stay off the internet, change my routines, and keep a low profile. But how do you hide from an enemy that lurks in the shadows of the web, an enemy that watches your every move through the eyes of the very technology you rely on? Sleep became elusive, every noise a potential threat. I started seeing unfamiliar cars parked outside my house at odd hours, receiving calls with nothing but silence on the other end. Paranoia became my constant companion, eating away at my sanity. Then, the live streams started appearing on my devices, unprompted. Each time, the victim seemed to stare directly at me, their eyes pleading for the help I was too powerless to give. It was a psychological torment designed to break me, to make me feel the helplessness of their victims. I'm writing this as a warning. My time is running out, I can feel it. They've made it clear that they're coming for me, that my attempt to stop them has only put me at the top of their list. I've moved, changed my name, but deep down, I know it's futile. Once you've caught the attention of the monsters lurking in the depths of the dark web, there's no going back. Remember my story, let it be a cautionary tale. Stay away from the shadows, for once you've seen the darkness, it sees you too.